Alright. As part of the home lab server setup, we did the server assembly and then we did a OS installation. Now we are going to see how we will be exposing our home lab server into the internet. So for that, we will be using a Cloudflare service and a Docker to host our container. So in this Docker, we will be like installing a simple software and that will be exposed outside to the internet securely through the Cloudflare tunnel. And that's what we're going to see step by step here. And some of the screen commands are not visible in the screen share. So for that, I will be adding a detailed instruction with the link in the video description. We'll see you next. All right. So we have server installed with the Ubuntu server OS and we were able to like connect to the server from the same LAN. You can see in my screen, I just like connected the server and logged in. First thing first, we need to install Cloudflare and then enable a tunnel. Using the tunnel, we will be able to register this service for the SSH access from outside world. So that's what we are going to do. Let me update the apt packages. And going to enter the password. Packages are up to date. So you can just Google Cloudflare software installation for the respective OS. You will get an instruction. I just like using Ubuntu servers. I'm just like copying from the website. I am just following the instruction to like install the software. Nothing fancy, just simple software installation. So required packages are added into the APT. So now my APT will know that there is a Cloudflare software. So that's what you can see it here. And we can check if the Cloudflare is installed, and it is installed. This is like 2026 1.2 version. Okay. Let me authenticate this server. So I will simply use Cloudflare channel login. When you do the login, you will get a URL. I am gonna open this and log in from my other screen. This is my tunnel. This is installed and then stored the cert under this path. So this cert is needed. I'm gonna create a new tunnel. That's what we're gonna see it here. I'm giving a server name as wish prod. You can give any name and then you will get an ID as well. And then this Cloudflare configuration is stored in this path. I'm gonna like delete this later. Just recording for you for representation. So these are my already available tunnels. So this is a new one which I created, and I can create a DNS route. So that route will enable us to connect to the this server. So I'll be simply using Cloudflare tunnel. This is a DNS route and giving a name, same name, wish prod. And I want to access this using a certain name. I'm just checking my domain name. Based on that, I'll be able to use that. So I'm going to simply give the name as this one. Since it's a SSH, I'll be giving SSH. So what this will do is it will establish a connection name and then it will add this CNAME into the tunnel ID. So once it is created, then we need to configure Cloudflare credentials. So I'm going to create a folder which is etc Cloudflare and open a configuration. So there are like two ways to manage your like routes. You can manage in the server or in the Cloudflare console. For me, the configure from the server side so that I get a full control to it. That's what I'm going to do it here. We are opening up a Cloudflare configuration file. In that configuration, this is the configuration I'm going to set up. So this is my channel name, my like credentials are set up here, and this is my host name. It will call workloads 2020. So saving this file. So once the configuration is done, we need to copy the credentials into this location. So this is my file. I have like a cert file and then the JSON file. I'm going to copy all of it. So basically all the JSON file into this. I am copying all the JSON file and just putting into this Cloudflare D with the file name as wishbrought2json. All right. So far, we configured the Cloudflare service with the credentials and the DNS route. So now the service is configured properly. So now I just need to install the Cloudflare and then start the service. All right. Command to enable the service, and once you enable it, you use a start command to start the service. So basically it is started now. I will you can check the status of it. Here you can see the service is already enabled and then it is active and then running. Okay, so now we have all the things are configured. I'm gonna quickly install the Docker services and then maybe like test few things and expose that service, and we'll go from there. Okay, for like installing a Docker service, I'm still adding the GPT cert, and once we do that, I'm gonna add the GPG packages with the cert and then the keyrings, all those things. And I'm adding a Debian package for the Docker host again. That is done. Let me update the apt so that it knows the latest package information. Once it is done, I am installing the Docker CE, which is like community version, and then the CLI, and then the containerd, and build plugin. So the packages are installed. I'll be enabling this Docker as well to be a system service and starting the same. So now it started. I'll be configuring a Docker username so that we don't have to like run the Docker as like sudo. So for that, I am creating a new user group as a Docker and then adding the current user to it. Okay, that's all it is. And then we can check the Docker version is installed and we are ready to go. I will run the Nginx images, mount the port to the GT80 and then start the service. So it didn't find the image, so it's pulling the image from the Docker hub and then the pull completed and we have the image. So we can confirm this using this Docker image ls. You can see the Nginx images were pulled. So since it's like running, you will be able to access this from the root. You can see the curl with like localhost 8080. So this we are running inside that VM. Let's configure the Cloudflare. So you can see this is our earlier configuration which we enabled the SSH. So now we install the 8080. So for that service, let's add a like a test route. So I'll be adding as a demo Nginx. This is our host name and configuring the service, which is going to be our localhost. This like simply tells Cloudflare service like anytime somebody hit this gain point, we want them to route them to our VM's local GT80 port. That's what we're telling. Just like a simple Cloudflare configuration. I am gonna save this and exit. Once you do that, let's restart the Cloudflare service. So this is from my external browser. That's a wrap. Hopefully you got some value out of it. We'll see you next, where I'll be installing some of the AI loads and then use that for the API inference and then develop a web app and then expose that AI application within this. All right. See you next.